All right, how about 540 Radio Graffiti? Hey, 540, you're on the horn, Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost, this is Texas Martyrs.
Hey, what's up, Texas Martyrs? How you doing, dude?
I'm good. Listen, I know that we're on Radio Graffiti, but I want to know something because I consider myself a liberal because I believe in individual liberty. I believe in the freedom of speech, the freedom of press. What's the difference between liberalism and libertarianism?
Well, right now, liberalism as you defined it used to somewhat be that way, as I was suggesting in the late 80s, early 90s. But now, those same liberals are the ones that want to regulate speech, they want to create safe spaces, they want to make certain groups special privilege, etc. And the libertarians, in my opinion, it's going to go the same direction if we embrace libertarians as a means of right-wing politics. You're either right-wing or you're not. And by the way, individual liberty is a foundation of right-wing politics. Go ahead.
So, thanks for the information, but the way I see it, I mean, my mom and dad, they taught me that the Republicans were conservative, generally speaking, and that the Democrats were liberalists.
Well,
so are you saying that they've undergone sort of a switcheroo nowadays?
Well, that's exactly what has happened. I mean, I hate to break this to you, but the liberals are no longer about, trying to, push the limits of speech or, push the limits of their rights. They used to be that way. Now the Republicans.
They want to progress this country into a new future, a brighter future.
What?
And the liberals used to want to progress this country into a brighter future, right?
I don't know about a brighter future, but I knew at the time that in the late 80s, early 90s, that liberals were the ones that were, pushing the limits of speech. I mean, lest we forget, I don't know if you remember this, you sound a little young, but in the early 90s, HBO used to have this show called Real Sex. Okay, and in that show, they would, go into these weird fetishes and these weird sexual liaisons and whatnot, and that kind of encapsulated the liberalism that you believe is still around. Liberalism, it isn't like that anymore. Liberalism is about, restricting speech. And it's about creating safe spaces. And it's about demonizing people who happen to have criticism of certain groups, like LGBTQ, blacks, and minorities. If anyone nowadays gives any kind of criticism towards these groups, they're racist, they're sexist, they're pieces of shit, and they need to be put in jail, or they need to be doxxed. They need to be canceled in this new cancel culture. That's what liberalism is now. And that's what libertarianism will eventually be too if we embrace it as well. Now the right wing, conservatism as the traditional conservative ideology used to be, is no longer the dominant ideology, or I should say philosophy, of the right wing. What basically the right wing, the glue that holds the right wing together is capitalism. Is the free market and capitalism. That's literally the economic glue that creates the right-wing politics. If you don't believe in capitalism, then you might as well go to the left and go wait for Big Brother government to give you your fucking siphon or your fucking paycheck. All right, but...
Well, here's the thing, Ghost. While I am a firm believer in democracy, as any proud American, I am skeptical in capitalism because I've seen in New York strips or political cartoons here or there about capitalism being high and mighty.
Hold on, wait a minute, hold on. You're basing your premise on capitalism on comic strips?
No, not necessarily. I'm also looking up on other reliable sources too.
Well, what's so bad about capitalism? Explain.
Well, I just have this feeling that sometimes capitalism...
No, I don't want to hear about your feeling. I don't want to hear about your feeling. I want to hear facts on why capitalism is a bad thing.
Well, take Walmart, for instance, because back my mother's hometown of Tarboro used to be booming with small businesses that would support the community. And when they built this darn Walmart on the side of the highway, it basically took everyone's jobs out of
Whose
the town.
fault is that? Are you blaming capitalism for that? Why don't you blame the ignorant fucking consumers within that town that instead of going to the folks that live in that town and spending the money with the folks that are small business owners in that town, instead they decided to go cheap and collect fucking Chinese Walmart goods because they could save themselves 10-15%? How come it's Walmart's fault?
Yeah, that you make a good point, Ghost.
I mean, seriously, dude. I mean, listen, where you spend your money is a political statement. It's not Walmart's fault that they came in and all of a sudden everybody that's in the town is like, you know what, I could save 15% if I go to Walmart. And since I'm here, Walmart's got everything, so let me go ahead and let me just buy everything here. It's the consumer. I mean, the same thing for online. You don't think I hate the Silicon Valley oligarchs? Of course I do. But it's the consumer that created those people. All right? It's the users of Twitter that made Twitter. It's the users of Facebook that made Facebook. What?
So how do we teach the consumers to stop buying from these tyrants?
Well, unfortunately, we need to have an education system that teaches economics in the traditional sense of, at the very minimal sense of balancing your own checkbook. Okay, most people when they graduate high school, hold on, most people, excuse me, hold on, excuse me. Most people when they get out of high school, they don't even know how to balance a checkbook, let alone pay taxes. Okay, and I think that's a horrible, horrible thing. And you expect these folks to have the decency and the common sense to be able to understand that if they go spend their money at Walmart, that their money is just going to be wired out of their community at the end of midnight? I mean, that's what people don't understand. You're not taught in school that if you go spend your money at a local business with somebody who lives in the community, that that money that you spend at that local business will be spent somewhere else in the community. And that's what creates excuse me! All right, I'm talking! Jesus Christ! Now, the more money that exchanges hands, the more economic opportunity there is, okay? So if I spend my money at a local business, that local business owner will go spend it at another local business, who in turn will spend that same money at another local business, and the more times that money exchanges hands within the fucking local community, the more people have economic opportunity. But if you go and spend it at a Walmart, it's going to be wired out of the community at the end of midnight. Now go ahead, I'm sorry for screaming, but I was trying to get a point.
I get your point, Ghost. And by the way, in my case, I was fortunate enough to be taught economics in my high school that I know the difference between a Roth IRA and a regular IRA, that they basically go tax-free during retirement and all that.
I'm not even. I've spent too much time on. You're talking about. I'm sitting over here talking about how money exchanges hands and how it provides economic opportunity, and you're talking about fucking retirements and shit. All right, what is this? Barry Dirk, you'll have 5 to 6 seconds to say what you want. Did you mean minute? This isn't Radio Graffiti. You know what, Captain Autism? Go fuck yourself. As a matter of fact, because of Captain Autism, I'm fucking stopping Radio Graffiti right now. All right? You fucking piece of shit. I'm so fucking tired of your Brit bong ass. I swear to God, man. Hold on, bow your heads. Everybody bow your heads, all right? God, can you please stricken fucking Captain Autism with some multiple sclerosis or some horrible debilitating disease, please? He's a fucking waste of life, all right?
Oh my God!
Amen.
I looked over your page, Ghost, and you just talked about anarcho-communism and passing it off as libertarianism. A crazed fringe does not equate the whole. Blind party loyalty is the death of democracy.
All right, whatever, Gino. All right, that's why you're so fucking liberal, you fucking stupid idiot. All right, shut up. And what is this? What happened to the troll show? Your mother. All right, that's what happened to the troll show, you fucking dumb Brit bong. And I'm serious, dude. You're a fucking annoying Brit bong piece of shit, and I hope something bad happens to you. I am not fucking kidding. I'm not kidding. I hope something bad happens to you. I hope something falls on your fucking head. You know, I hope you fucking trip and fall and break your head open for fuck's sake. Because I fucking don't like you for shit, dude. I'm not kidding. I know you're a part of my Go Show, Saturday Night Troll Show chat room and shit, but I fucking don't like you for anything, man. I think you're a fucking waste of life, and why people like you deserve to live, I have no idea. I have no idea. Anyway, let's move on. I'll take a couple of more calls. 515 Radio Graffiti.
Hey, Ghost. I need some advice.
All right, go ahead.
I'm looking at this fall. I got a year and a half of college left to get my bachelor's in psychology. I'm sitting on about $12 grand, and I'm on unemployment right now because it's a commission job, but it's completely fucked because of COVID, so I'm getting out. But the other alternative is spend that money and become a journalist or do something, just get on film the collapse of our country this year. Your thoughts?
Well, are you talking about like a mini documentary or a mini series or something?
Yeah.
I don't think that's out of the question, man. Hold on, I got a dono here. Hold on, what is
live
this?
home entertainment. Oh my God!
Sorry that I went off topic, Ghost. I appreciate the advice though, I really do.
All right.
Before I sleep,
Thank you,
I have
dude.
to ask, do you believe that our education system should include classes that teach the concepts of capitalism?
Hold on, let me answer this guy. Texas Martyrs Forever. I think that public education should be eliminated. It's a waste of time, and the proof that it's a waste of time is all the fucking people that are rioting and committing violence. These are all American educated people right here. So I think if we would have just not spent money on these people education-wise, I think that things could have been better. Because, I mean, what we're looking at here is the worst-case scenario when it comes to these fucking looters and rioters and violence. We might as well have not even fucking wasted money on their education.